Paedon.
Sorry,
Are you stopping?
I'm not waving hard. I'm not waving hard enough. Let me wave harder.
Like when you talk to Robin, is she just always constantly crying? As it's just like, like, oh my.
No, she's normally very calm and collected and knows exactly what she's doing. Oh, this is the one that I would actually love to say.
So you admit she's calculated.
Oh, yeah. She's so she likes to manipulate people, and McKelty loves her. McKelty loves her very much. I'm glad McKelty loves her. But she tries to manipulate people, and as she's trying to manipulate McKelty tells her, "Oh no, you don't have to manipulate me. You don't have to deal with me. I'm just me." And I'm like, so wait, you see it? You actively see what she's doing? You see that she's manipulating you? And McKelty's like, well, yeah, it doesn't matter.
The infamous Paedon Brown interview with John Yates. We are about to reopen the vault again and discuss it. Shout out to John Yates for this interview we are about to discuss right here. Like I said, I got some clips, some interesting clips that line up to what's happening right now and what's being said right now in this season of Sister Wives. Interesting enough, Cody Brown has spoke about how it's the wives' fault for the fallout because, he don't love them enough or he didn't fall madly in love with them. It's their fault. It's the kids' fault for gossiping. It's the mama's fault for telling the kids things and speaking negatively in front of the kids. Well, I'd like Cody Brown to hear his son Paedon Brown loud and clear when Paedon says, oh, it was obvious Robin Brown was the favorite from the jump. Take a listen.
Being all of a sudden unhappy and, wanting to leave. Like, you're her son. You've lived there. Like, did you know that your mom was unhappy in her marriage for or was that news to you? Like it was news to Robin?
I knew for years. We all knew. There's a discuss. They're not gonna. No, I'm not gonna talk about that. I'm not gonna talk about that. But I can say yes. I've known for years. McKelty and me talked about it years ago. What? Hi, Tanisha. My roommate's daughter is absolutely adorable. Okay, what was that? Damn, that was a really good
about, Christine, Robin's like, okay. It's a shock. I never knew that they were not happy.
No, I've known for years. Me and McKelty talked about it. We were definitely living in Vegas. I don't know exactly when this was, but me and McKelty were definitely living in Vegas. McKelty was still living in the house. So it happened years ago. And I heard McKelty say something that blew my mind. McKelty said, I do not believe in soulmates. Because if soulmates exist, I don't doubt for a second that dad is mom's soulmate. But I know that mom isn't dad's. But I know that mom isn't dad's. McKelty said this to me, and it blew my mind. And I'm like, whoa. And I'm not going to say that I specifically know it. McKelty pointed out. I definitely saw it. Again, it shattered the glass, and suddenly I realized everything. But I needed the glass shattered. And I believe that's what happened to all of us. All of us needed the glass to be shattered for us to realize everything. In that moment, I realized, whoa, that's so true. Blew my mind. And that was years ago. So I've known for a very, very long time. And I've seen it. I've absolutely seen it. And I can honestly tell you that I'm pretty sure the time that dad was in mom's house the most was when mom was on vacation with most of my sisters. I got sick. Other things happened. It was a very, very weird weekend. But I had a lot of problems, so I stayed home. I didn't go on the vacation with my sisters and mom. And I saw dad in the house more than I've ever seen dad in that house. I'm walking around just on my tablet, just watching the most random things. I saw dad more in that weekend than I had seen dad in the past 3 weeks.
Wow.
And I basically didn't leave. I got out the house a few times, but I basically didn't leave the house. And I'm thinking back to moments like that, thinking, why were you in the house? Why, yeah, I'm glad that you were there, thanks. But why were you in that house? And the memory could be very, very skewed, and I could just be remembering it differently than it was, because that happens all the time. Right. But if I remember correctly, yeah. And this was after knowing that. Oh, okay. Full disclosure. Yeah, we've known that Robin was dad's favorite for years. Oh yeah.
How far into it did you know that? Like the second they were recording back, like when you guys were in Lehigh?
It took less than a year to notice. I'm not maybe almost a full year, but I can never remember. But by the time she was living in the house and that they were married, by then it was very obvious. Like they didn't hide.
Obvious how? Like what was he like? Was not spending time with like your mom or Janelle or Mary? Like how?
Spending time at her house. How he talked to her. I've been watching him talk to my mom for 12 years, 10 years, because I was 12 years old, so I don't remember 2 years old. But I've been watching him interact with my mom for 12 years, and I've been watching him interact with Mary and Janelle for 12 years. And from what I can remember is that until specific things happened, Mary was his favorite wife. Until specific things happened, Mary was his favorite wife. A little while, oh yeah, blow some minds right there, didn't I? Very surprising news.
That I actually had Mary on one of my lives many moons ago. But this is before like all this stuff happened. So Mary was, because so when you hear the stories of like, Mary being abrasive and when you guys were in the big giant house together in Utah, right? Like, so that's all true. That Mary was like kind of just mean. Well,
abrasive,
you were young,
kind of
so
mean.
Like, or, remember.
I'm again. So not for sister wives reasons, but out of respect for my mother reasons. I'm not going to go into details, but abrasive and kind of mean are not strong enough words.
Ooh.
They are not aggressive enough words.
Wow.
Yeah. From what I remember,
took my breath away.
Yeah. I could be. I've ranted to certain people in close. So it's not that I don't love and trust everyone here. It's that I don't trust everyone here. I love you all, but I don't trust all of you.
Fair. That's fair. No, that's fair.
Right. Fair enough.
Fair.
From what, so I'm not. There's definitely things I can't say. But when I've like gone into thorough detail with people, blew their minds. From what I remember, Mary was Dad's number one wife, from what I remember, which is a very, very common thing in our religion that I'm just definitely not a part of anymore for so many reasons. Mary was the number one go-to wife for a long time. From again, what I remember, because the memory of a 5 and 6 year old is very, very skewed for a lot of reasons.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But based on my memory, she was the favorite wife, and then a lot of things happened. And a lot of things came out, and a lot of things were said for the first time. And then she was no longer the favorite wife. And Robin became the favorite wife. And he treated Robin very differently. He treated Robin very differently as the favorite wife than he ever treated Mary as the favorite wife. I definitely remember that.
Wow. Wow. Like
kind of speechless.
Well, I'm not speechless. I'm going to go ahead and say kudos to Peyton Brown and every one of these kids who have spoken up loud and clear. Like, you ain't fixing to blame us and our mama. You the problem. Cody, Cooter, Kotex. I just cannot. Do y'all think Cody or Robin Brown will ever take accountability? That is the main question that still remains. Curious to know what you're thinking. Don't forget to like and share this video. I appreciate y'all so much for watching, for supporting me in this channel. It means so much to me. It really does. If you're new here, I hope you hit that subscribe button below this video. Also, click that notification bell located beside subscribe. Make sure it's highlighted to all. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload. You already know it's Sister Wives Sunday. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. You know what that means? You can catch a brand new episode of Sister Wives that airs tonight exclusively on TLC at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I love you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video or in the comments below.